Guys, so I'm sitting in a red chair and I have red hair. This is new. I'm camouflaged. I'm gonna adjust there. Give a more neutral background. I just had two thoughts on sensor DOMs versus intuitive DOMs. Specifically my ESFP husband versus me, INFJ, wife, person, Mollytheperson. As I was trying to fall asleep, I was like thinking of how to fall asleep. I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, what is the best way to fall asleep? And then I was telling myself, I'm like, just fall asleep, just and giving myself commands, just stop thinking and fall asleep, like different commands. And then I had the thought that those commands, exclamation point, were like too active. It was like telling me to do something, even subconsciously. And so it was going to be harder to fall asleep if I was even trying to control the situation and also trying to give myself a demand while I'm trying to do quite the opposite of action, which is rest. And so then I was like, okay, I need to release the thoughts and I need to sleep. So in order to sleep, I need to not think, obviously, and I need to not demand myself with thoughts, because that is just going to activate further. Does that make sense? The next day I was telling my ESFP husband that, and he was like, I just sleep. I feel like extroverted sensors are very good at sleeping, which sounds like something like that's not a skill, that's just literally not being awake, and so it doesn't take effort. SPs tend to be really good at being present and falling asleep when they need to sleep, when they're tired. And if they're not being stimulated in their environment, which is generally like the people around them or the things around them, if they're laying down, they're just naturally, their body's telling them it's time to rest. And I feel like that's like a very natural human thing. Like they're very in touch with what it is to be an animal. Time to sleep, nighttime, lights are off. So anyways, I was just having that thought while I was trying to fall asleep. And you know when you're kind of trying to decide, should I grab my phone and write down the note or should I let it go? And if you decide, I'm just gonna remember tomorrow, you don't remember. I don't. If I decide, oh, just remember, Molly, and I'll like say it a couple times in my brain, whatever the thought is, but then I'll wake up and it's gone. But if I write down a little note, then I might be risking being awake a little bit longer because I was stimulated by maybe the blue light. So, the risks you take for making this video right here, right now. So does that make sense to you? What type are you and how do you sleep? I generally have not had issues sleeping in my life as much as maybe other people, but recently I think it's a very common thing when you have a baby. They say, enjoy not sleeping again. So there's like the maternal thinking of my child and worrying about him a bit, as well as literally hearing him, as well as other things like my body waking me up. So as I go to sleep, I do think of a million things I'd like to do and other random things, but that was one of the things I was thinking of, like, commands, and how commands are inherently a little bit more of an active, action, verby vibe, whereas letting go of that command, because command is like tight too, and tight doesn't warrant rest, so you need to relax and release. So I was trying to release the thoughts, if that makes sense. What type are you? How do you sleep? And how are you? And what do you think of my red hair? It is red, and it's short. It was very long. I've always wanted to dye it red. Once. This will be the once, I think. You'll see probably in future videos, like my roots come in and it might look kind of bad in the winter, but I don't really care. Sometimes I like that vibe of like eternal sunshine in the spotless mind, faded hair, cool, edgy girl. I'm so edgy. not really. But yeah, I love red hair. I'm obsessed. I think it's beautiful, but I generally think that natural hair color looks the best on people, and only either a shade lighter or darker than people's natural hair looks best. So, I wasn't so sure at first, but I feel kind of like an X-Men person. And I'm just vibing with it, you know? I'm just gonna, it's here, it's here, you know? I'm not gonna bleach it again. And yeah, I have a lot of opinions about hair actually, but maybe that for a different video. I don't know that you guys are here to hear about hair. Okay, bye! Also, on my idea about commands being kind of tight and restrictive, I feel like it's because also, you're not being present with where you are, or even with your body. Your body is just tired, and if you just listen instead of trying to tell it what to do, then your body will do a lot of the work. I thought of like the opposite of relaxing and like how commands are active, and if you're giving your if you're telling yourself while playing basketball, like make it, accuracy, that might be, you might be more likely to shoot a hoop than you are to get yourself to sleep by saying sleep, but it still probably isn't as helpful as just being in tune with the environment. I don't know. Positive self-talk can help sometimes, but sometimes we're trying to control and manipulate what is happening rather than just embracing and being present with what is happening. That's something I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be more present, but my natural state of mind is just interpreting things and kind of decoding, understanding, putting meaning behind everything, finding the meaning. There has to be meaning. And sometimes the meaning comes to you, though, also in those moments of just being really present. It can hit you. So there can be magic in that as well. It's not just all caveman ooh-ah-ah. Caveman ooh-ah-ah. That is a term for being so present that you're dense. Which you're not. You're lovely. I don't know. You didn't feel insulted. I am so aware of the fact that I could offend or insult someone, which is my extroverted feeling, and it's a little out of control because I can't control how people take things. That's theirs. That's your thing. That's everyone else's. I think tact is good, but you can take it too far by trying to obsessively, again, you're manipulating the situation, not just manipulating what you're going to do, but you're trying to manipulate what other people think, and you can't avoid what other people think. You might hate my hair, that doesn't matter, and I can't control it. And trying to avoid that by telling you, oh, I hate it too, or, you know, it's like I'm trying to relieve you of the discomfort of having to feel like you hate it, because it's okay, because we both hate it, so we can just be comfortable. That's another thought, but those are my thoughts today from Red Chair with Red Hair, signing out. Lots of love.